I've moved on to the rear end. So what I have to do here is I gotta get the tail light in the right location, create another mount for the other side for the other tail light, because it's gonna have two. And this I put on there is the original taillight holder, license plate holder setup that came with the truck. And as you can see, it is not correct. It should be, you know, parallel to the box, perpendicular to the ground, because you can tell that this part here has been worked on, welded. So I'm replacing this whole thing. It won't be exactly like this, but it'll be a tube. And then I gotta make a triangle piece to mount the bracket to. The idea now is to try to figure out where I want this exactly in relationship to where the license plate is gonna go. Right now it's kind of behind. I think I wanna pull this forward a little bit. We'll see, but this has to be definitely, you know, parallel. So I'm gonna have to figure out exactly where this light is sitting now, because that's generally where I want it, except I will either pull it forward a little bit or towards the back a little bit more, and obviously twist a little bit more. So I gotta figure out where all this lands, so when I make the other bracket, it can land in the same spot. That's where I'm at. I made this bracket here, that's the same thickness as the original one. I just measured out, you know, cut it and measured out the holes. Then I kind of cut around and ground and sanded it and stuff. So now I got to get the pipe from here to where I want the tail light to be. So I have this piece of metal here that I just bent up. And this is going to go on here and weld on there. And then this is going to come out in this general area here. I figured that it's going to be about the 3 inches from here to the middle of this, you know, that the center of the light. So that's how I did it. I just did a lot of figuring on that, and then I duplicated this piece in a mirror form to here. So this one will be for the other side. So those will be pretty much identical. So now there's a lot of adjustment type before I weld, because you can put this on here now at any height, any angle. The idea is to get it pretty much 90 degrees from that bracket. So this rod will be shooting out about 45 degrees. I kind of want it to be close to there, close to the top of the frame. That's my goal. So if I'm going to make a valance panel or something like that, I want the notch to be close to where the box mount is. So it's going to be kind of in that area. And then I want this part here to come out kind of in line with the center of this, out about 3 inches. So now I got to do a lot of holding and figuring out how to get it to where I want it to go. And then I will cut this kind of at a 45-degree angle, which will be flat to this here, straight. And I can put my little triangle thing on there and then figure out the rest of it. And then I'll do the same to the other side, and I will show you as I go. So here's that pipe that I'm making. And you can see I got this angle, steep, you know, angle on there, because this, I also made this triangular thing that matches the original one, or very similar. And then instead of riveting it on, I I made it a little thicker, put some 832s in it so I could screw it on and off. And is what this will do is this will go right up on there like that. That'll make that tail light at the right angle. And the license plate, you can hardly see where that is, but that'll go right there. So now I'm going to put the tail light on there, right here, and I'm going to just kind of feel it out to see if that's where I want it, or do I want it in just a little bit? Right now, if I mount the plate on here, it does not hit the fender, and that's kind of my indication of where this should be. Now I can bend this bottom piece a little more out like that if I need to, if I want the taillight in a little bit. But right now, the taillight's just slightly up, which is no big deal. I can just easily change that. So I'm gonna put that light on there and just kind of eyeball it up and see what happens. And here's what I ended up with. I pulled the light more backward, I guess, if you will, from the original position. The license plate now is close to the fender but doesn't hit. The light is more straight with the body. I think that's going to be a pretty good spot for it. It's not sticking out that much. It's only sticking out really maybe that chrome amount as far as sticking out from the body, which is okay because I'm going to be having a bumper on here too. Now the trick is to replicate this on the other side. I have the one part bent. I'm going to make the triangle thing. I have it all drilled out and everything. I just got to grind it, and then I can put the other one on. There we go. Yeah, like I said, I got this one all on. It's all good. It's all mounted up good. It's at the right spot where I want it. And then I came over to here and I put another one in right here. This is all the same dimensions all the way around, same location as that one. But there's that guy there. See if I can kind of get. So I do see one drawback with the way I did this, and that is that this tubing, that's probably why they didn't use tubing like this. I use tubing for a reason. I was going to run the wires inside the tubing, have them come out, go in somewhere. But this does have a little bit of a vibration to it. I bet you when it runs, this will vibrate a little bit. I can always reinforce the corners and things like that to alleviate that kind of problem. But I bet you that's why the original one was thin up here and it got wider down there, because that would eliminate that vibration on there. Maybe a solid rod might have helped too, I don't know, but I don't think this is all that bad. We'll see how I actually take care of it as I go, because I've got some work in here that I want to do, and I want to make sure that I have enough room to do what I got to do, and that's why this tube is the way it is. So we'll just see. Otherwise, that is the taillights mounted on this truck, first time ever. There's never been one on this side. There used to be something on that side, but that's it. All right, there we go. I think I'm going to end the video right there.